Hello everybody, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today I would like to share my final thoughts on the Civivi knives Chevalier. For the last couple weeks I've been calling it the Chevalier because that is how it's spelled, but supposedly according to Seth over there on the We Knife YouTube channel, it's actually pronounced Chevalier. Don't know what that means. Too lazy to look it up. Someone will correct me and educate me, as someone always does. As I appreciate that, I do. Got this from White Mountain Knives, and I got it on the pre-order of this. Currently, it's out of stock because it's actually such a great knife. And I got it for $71.50. I believe that the price is extremely well justified, and I will do that and pay that all day long, that's for sure. So specs off of White Mountain Knives website. The overall length is 7.87. Closed length is 4.41. Blade length is 3.46. So it is definitely a much larger knife. It is pretty much a full flat ground. Yeah, that's definitely a full flat ground knife. You can see there's nothing up there except for that little area of the nail nick, I guess you can call it. And this specific variant is the dark green micarta and black stonewash. There is a couple other ones. Let me see. Oh, blade material also is 14C28N. It's good to go steel. I like it. Easy to sharpen. Takes pretty good edge. Weight 3.19, so it weighs basically nothing. It's not heavy, it's not super light, feels quite substantial in the hand and extremely comfortable. Just to let you guys know, there are a couple different variants, so if you don't really like the look of this one, maybe it's just a little too dark overall for you, maybe a little too tactical-ish looking. People usually associate very dark knives with tactical. It's not necessarily true, but the cheapest one, it looks like, let's see. Ooh, they have an open box and returned on White Mountain Knives. Oh, anyway, okay, so a brand new one is gonna run you about $69 at the least. That one is just a regular stonewash blade. It's not blackened or anything, just regular stonewash with black G10 and black hardware and button. This one specifically was $71.50. There is another one with just a regular blade and stonewash finish with Cuborcia wood. That was $73.50. There's a Damascus and Cuborcia with, I guess that one's also, no, it's just, that's Civivi's Damascus steel. It looks pretty cool, but performance will probably go down a little bit. Yeah, that one is $89.25. So yeah, every variant that you could look at of this one, it is pretty well priced. Right now, there are a couple units available that have been open box and returned. This same exact one, they have it for $66.50, and then they have the black G10 and regular stonewash finish blade at $62.99. Very specific numbers. And yeah, that's it. All right, let's get into a couple size comparisons. This is a full-size knife in my opinion, so it's definitely gonna be significantly larger than a lot of other knives. This is the Civivi Elementum. The Spyderco Para 3. Way more cutting edge than the Para 3, that's for sure. Demco Knives 80-20.5. Very similar. So I would say handle is very similar, but there's a huge difference when it comes to the blade length. The shape and idea overall is practically the same thing. There is a little bit of curve to this. It's not flat. It definitely has a curve, the same as the 80-20.5. And last but not least, two amazing benchmade knives. Sorry about that. The Osborne 940 and the Bug Out. So a little bit closer in size to the full-size Osborne 940. Actually, that's almost exactly the same size. Yeah, well, there you guys go. This is gonna be a short video because I have nothing bad to say about this. I freaking love it. It's great. Nothing to really complain about. I love the snap. It just snaps so freaking hard, and it hasn't really changed much from my unboxing. Usually knives, they break in and they're a little bit different, but if anything, the snap has just gotten louder and louder, and it's so freaking solid. There is no rock, there is no play. Actually, wait a minute. Okay, there's a hair of play side to side, but I'm sure I can just turn the pivot a little bit. That is a T8 pivot, T8 screw, body screws all the way around except for the clip. The two screws that are there are T6s, and this is the very, very common Civivi clip that they put on basically everything. It is sitting on top of the micarta handles, but at least the screws are flat. It goes into the pocket rather well. This knife has multiple deployment methods. I love the reverse flick, it's freaking sweet. You can get at it with your thumb, maybe not up here because there's not much leverage. When I go to push it out further up here, which this little area might make you think that it's for that, but it's not. It ends up like hitting my thumb on its way out. But if you get it a little further down here, you can get it to come out. The little twist of your wrist, just a little bit. And then of course you can also open it with the button. This is running on bearings. I believe it's ceramic bearings. And it's just freaking great. Steel liners, of course. The little back posts and the lanyard post are also steel, blackened steel, and there is a lot of weight relief within those liners, which I am very thankful for. The jimping up here, it is almost completely useless and unnecessary, but when holding the knife, it grips further down here on my thumb, not really up here, but it's so light that it doesn't irritate me at all. I kind of wish the jimping would carry out double of what it is currently, or just don't put it there at all because it was almost unnecessary. The finish on the blade, I love it. It's done right. It's very tight grained stone wash, and the black finish is extremely consistent. There aren't any lighter spots or darker spots in any other place. And the edge is just freaking sweet. It didn't bite into material as much as I'd like it to, so I have sharpened this knife already, and I think I had it at 800 grit, and then I stropped it lightly, and now it has a good bit of bite to where I can enjoy this knife. I've taken it apart. It is just like any other button lock Civivi. Very well constructed, and I have here two of my other button lock Civivis. So on my unboxing and first impressions, somebody did correct me. There is one other button lock that I'm missing besides the Cogent. So the Cogent is another knife from Civivi that's a button lock. I haven't experienced that one. I just didn't really find that design to be too attractive. I was very, very close to buying it, and then I saw that this was something like this was gonna be made, and I was like, nope. I'm gonna save my money and get this one instead. There's also the Elementum button lock, but I think currently when I was making that video, I didn't include the Elementum button lock because that one is genuinely locked within the handle without any other method of deployment. So you have to disengage. You have to press that button to allow the blade to actually come out. Besides that, there is no other opening method. These three would probably be the most similar ones, or the most related. because they have multiple opening methods. This one has a fuller and flipper and button, fuller, flipper, button, and then this one is thumb studs and button. So this is the Altis. I'm sure you guys have already seen this one before. If you guys haven't seen my specific review on it, it's a pretty sweet knife. I like it a lot. I did mention before that I would have, if I would have redone this, I would have gotten a different handle material because I'm not too big of a fan of the wood. I actually did drop it already, and the wood has gotten very easily dented up, so that's no bueno. But that's not because of Civivi, that's because of me and what the material is. It's a natural material. So let's just open all these guys. One thing that I love about the Chevalier is that it has the same snap as the Altis, but it has the smoothness of the Conspirator. So this is literally the best of both. I think if I were to recommend a button lock knife from Civivi, it would probably be the Chevalier because it's just freaking sweet. The snap is just, it's so aggressive, and it just puts a smile on my face every time I open the knife and disengage it. The Conspirator is cool too, but it's extremely light, and no matter how many times I've taken it apart and cleaned it, it's just too light. I've learned to love this knife for what it is. It is extremely hand-filling and very soft overall. I do like that, like, look at that jimping. It's just beautiful jimping, beautiful. This, not so much. It is a little bit smaller design overall, but if they can do it on the Conspirator, they could have and should have done it on the Chevalier. And as I mentioned before, the pocket clip on Civivis are practically all the same thing. Like, these guys are the exact same. This one's just a little bit bigger, so it has that one extra little hole. It's a little bit longer and all that. Surprisingly enough, not, well, I mean, by coincidence, maybe not so much. I've picked up all three of these with the same exact finish. So at least I can compare and say that Civivi's quality control and consistency is pretty freaking sweet and the same all across the board. Now, what I find a little bit funny is that this was supposed to be dark green micarta, and this was also marketed as dark green micarta. As you can see, they're very different. Very, very different. But regardless, these things are just pretty sweet. Now I'm just wasting your guys' time and just having fun. But anyway, yeah. If you enjoy the Altis and just want something a little bit more utilitarian shaped, maybe something a little bit more hand-feeling, pick up the Chevalier. This is an amazing knife. The price is extremely well justified. It wouldn't surprise me if the price goes up once they come back in stock at certain retailers. That was the only one I looked up from White Mountain Knives. Blade HQ is also selling them. Knife Center is also selling them. I just didn't bother looking if they're available or not. So there you guys go. Hope you have a wonderful day, and thank you for watching.